as an institute designed to foster collaborative research as its primary focus, with an emphasis on grand challenge problems that affect the quality of lives for people in California, in the United States, and throughout the world. There are really two elements there. One is this idea of collaborative, multidisciplinary research, and the other one is the particular class of application that we're considering. Wearing my hat as Dean of the College of Engineering here at Berkeley, and our component of CITRIS, of course CITRIS involves 4 UC campuses, but wearing my Berkeley hat for a second as Dean, CITRIS is critical to the future research mission of our college, because in fact it is a proxy for a vehicle, if you like, for bringing together all of our different departments in the college and our colleagues outside of the College of Engineering and some of the other wonderful departments we have here on the Berkeley campus to work together on grand challenge problems. In the words of the Stokes book, Pasteur's Quadrant, that I strongly recommend to everybody if you haven't had a chance to read it, what CITRIS is about, in my mind, is it's about use-inspired fundamental research. So it's fundamental research, that's what we're about at the university, and what we're doing is we're using these grand challenge problems that our faculty and our industrial collaborators are working with us on, and of course our students, to drive and to integrate this multidisciplinary activity. And it's working very well. I think we've had a fantastic experience over this first 2 years from the college's point of view, again, in terms of working closely with industry and universities and a number of other institutions that are partners in CITRIS. But I think it's time for us, and this is the challenge I'd like to leave you with this morning, it's time for us to sort of think about the next phase here. And I've discussed this with Ruzhner and with Gary Baldwin and with some others, but CITRIS is still about lots of projects going on in lots of different areas, bringing people together in centers and collections of activities involving students, faculty, and industrial collaboration. But I think it's time to start thinking about some of these test beds that you'll be discussing in the afternoon and how we can use some shared use-inspired vision to really integrate the activities of the industrial partners with the university researchers and use this, if you like, demilitarized zone of research that CITRIS represents that allows partners from all different parts of the world and ultimately potentially competitors in some situations to work together and to collaborate on a new vision, but carry it through to the point where we have a real prototype, a real example, a real proof of concept for what ultimately are these societal scale information systems, these very large, complex, potentially, systems built of components all the way from fundamental devices through to potentially global scale infrastructure. So I think the interesting experiment that we should be considering now moving forward, certainly the one I'm thinking about as Dean, is how do we now take a collection of these pieces, put them together, and get real value out of the scale of the collaboration that we have here and the opportunities that that collaboration should provide to us. We can't do 100 of them. We can only do a few. So I think some of the questions that come up for me are, well, what should we do? What are the most effective vehicles we could use in a use-inspired way to actually bring together these various pieces that we've been talking about for the past 2 years and deliver them in the form of an interesting, high-impact experiment that would potentially take a while to carry out, but when in fact it was completed would deliver a large vision or new understanding to all of us and to the communities that we serve. So that's the challenge. I think that's from my point of view, it's sort of time for us to really sort of take on that challenge and sort of think it through. And from the college's perspective, it's something that we're thinking about very intensely as well. And again, just in closing, I hope we all have an inspiring day. I'm looking forward to the feedback session this afternoon. I encourage, as Gary said, people to move around and interact with these various activities that are going on. And on behalf of the 4 campuses that are the sponsors of CITRIS from the university side, UC Santa Cruz, UC Davis, UC Berkeley, and UC Merced. Again, I would like to welcome you all and thank you very much for making the time. And let's have a fantastic day. Thank you, Gary.